Peace. While I was standing, take off today. I want to build quickly on the on our Universal Flag. Post came on my page the other day from a God that's known. He say he been in this nation 30 years, whatever. And a lot of gods look up to him, and liking his posts. It came on my Facebook page, and I'm reading it. I'm like, about the universal flag. It's God, 30 years, used a lot of big words, a lot of builds and breakdowns, and that be way up in the sky. I don't really be feeling his bills. Wise brother, but I don't really be feeling his bills though. But a lot of people do. I see on the internet and YouTube, whatever. So everybody know what I'm talking about also. So yeah, so a lot of guys, people look up to him, especially these newbies or whatever, newborns. So the post came on my page about the flag, and I'm like, he giving the breakdown that we got in the Bill ciphers that wasn't right and exact. That a lot of us had about the 8 foundational lessons. I'm like, whoa, hold on, God. You supposed to be this, this supreme mind, and 30 years, and you still saying this is the where we draw the flag up. I'm like, nah, cipher, God, it's not right. And I had to read it like twice. I'm like, hold on, is this coming from him? Who, thinks he's like, he's, a lot of brothers feel a way about him, though, But, yeah, so I seen that. I was like, after 30 years and you supposed to be the supreme mind, you still giving that bill? I mean, we all had that bill. I had that back in the bill. So I think I still got it on paper, somewhere buried away. From the bill ciphers, the 8 foundational lessons. That's not right and exact, God. At 30 years. So, the flag, real quick, so whoever read it, clear up the clouds of deception, from Shaamgaudd, which is the one, we follow, we agree. And it's, you got the 7, it's black 7, solid black, with 7 sides, 7 points, represents the original man. You got the crescent moon. It's yellow. It represents the original woman. The crescent moon reflecting light. Without child. That's what it represents. The crescent moon. And what are the crescents above the 7 and below? I mean, I really initially Shaamgaudd did it above, but then he came out and said, should never be above. That's peace. I don't care. I'm not gonna get in that argument. That represents the original woman, reflecting light. Then you got the 5-pointed star, represents the black child, and the 5-pointed star, and the crescent moon, that symbolizes the earth with child. That represents the earth with child. And the 5-pointed star and the crescent moon and the 7 that represents man, woman, and child. Represents the universal family. So this is the breakdown. Not that other stuff that God was saying. And then you have the white clouds, the white background. You call them the white clouds of deception. Bloodsuckers. The white clouds of deception. And then you have the cipher, the black circle, going around the law crescent star. And that's the symbolize the sun. So the sun, this had to be black, burning that long. That symbolizes the sun that evaporates all those white clouds of deception. I'm trying to keep this short. That evaporates all those white clouds of deception. Black circle going around the law crescent star. And then you have the 8 points. Don't represent the foundational lessons, none of that. What he was saying, The 8 points, north, south, east, west, north, northeast, southeast, north, southwest, and northwest. The 8 points represents the ever-expanding universe, the rays of the sun, represents the speed and the distance that the truth can travel. The truth is capable of traveling. The speed and the distance, the truth and the light is capable of traveling. It represents, the rays of the sun, the ever-expanding universe. The speed and distance, the truth travels. That's what it represents. So he was, the master builder of rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. The eight points. That's what it represents. And so I believe and on each point, it's two colors, black and gold. The black represents, black seed, the original man black seed, and gold represents the brown and the yellow seed. So from the first of the brown to the last of the yellow. Seeds each yellow seed have a black and a brown. Each brown have a black and a yellow, so forth. That represents the eight. That's what those eight points represent. Not those foundational lessons that we all had back in the days. And this God was, getting a bunch of likes, and I'm like, hold on. So obviously, y'all people like it don't know either. Because that's not right and exact. And this God, everybody knows him. And some people had a little beef with him about some stuff. But I'm not gonna get into that. So you got a lot of followers, so it was wrong. And then you got 16 sections on the points. Each section represents a year and degree that our seeds was mastered for at the age of self-responsibility and required to teach civilization. That's what the 16 sections on the points represent. And that's the breakdown that Shaamgaudd gave that we agree with for the flag. Not that that 8 foundational lesson stuff, because they said it wasn't even back then in Quality God. Where you drew it up in quality. The Father got seen in Quality God. There wasn't even 8 foundational lessons like that, organized like that. So you're getting little bits and pieces. So that's not right and exact. So yeah, I just wanted to build on that real quick. To break down the Universal Flag. All right, peace. And it's 22 points too. Peace.